For today's purple to black belt class, we're going to be reviewing some of our striking combinations, our long range combinations, which we use to either keep someone away or hit someone when they're farther away in sparring, things like that. We're going to continue our discussion on leadership and talking about the idea of showing the way, right? Not just going the way, right? And finally, we're going to be reviewing some of our self-defense, right? The key with self-defense is not just to get to the place where you know it, but to get to the place where you could really do it if you ever had to protect yourself. And that only happens through lots and lots and lots of repetitions, right? The more you practice it, the more easy it comes to you when it's kind of under pressure. So lots to do today. Let's get started with some warm-ups, which is super important for keeping our body healthy and strong, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so before we get into the majority of class, we're going to do a quick warm-up, get our body ready for class, get moving. Right? Warm-ups are important for our heart, our muscles, all of our joints. Each one of these moves is going to be about 30 seconds long. We're going to be doing 3 of them. So let's get started. We're going to start off with ski jumps. Right? We're going to go for 30 seconds, just jumping side to side. Right? Make sure you're breathing, balancing on your feet, taking small jumps. Right? We're not trying to go super fast, we're not going super far. We're just letting our body get moving. You can shake out your arms a little bit if you want. Right? You can wiggle a little bit in your upper body, right? But just keep bouncing those feet side to side, side to side. All right, that's 30 seconds of ski jumps. Next, we're going to be doing some push-ups. As we do our push-ups, there are a few different ways. I'll cut in for you so you can see different angles on. But we're going to do 30 seconds of push-ups your way. Ready, set, and go. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. The big thing you're aiming to do during your push-ups today is just to make sure you're getting that full range of motion, getting your chin to the floor. Whatever works for you. You may need to switch between different styles of push-ups. Like I said, I'm showing 4 of them on the screen now, but pick the one that works for you, and you may change it, right? Maybe do 5 with your legs straight, 10 with your legs bent, whatever it is, that's fine. All right, and we're done with push-ups. Last warm-up move, we're gonna do some front kicks, alternating legs. All we wanna do is kick about belt height, one leg and the other leg. Ready, set, and go for it. Nice and easy. Make sure you're breathing, getting our body ready to do some martial arts, not hurting ourselves, staying safe, right? During your warm-ups is a good time to think about things like, am I keeping my hands up, right? Because you're not really working on speed, right? Think about maybe, am I bending my knee as I do my front kick, or am I keeping it straight? Almost there, and we're done. All right, so we're done with warm-ups. Now let's get ready for class. All right, today we're going to talk a little bit about the start of our long-range combinations today. Now, when I talk about the start, I'm talking about the very first move, the punches, the twist jab and the cross. And what we're going to focus in on today is how much we shift our weight and where our weight should be when we throw these strikes. So first of all, we're starting off with the jab. Now, traditionally, when you do a jab, you shift your weight forward as you take that step, right? That's what most jabs are. You take a little step, and your weight automatically shifts forward. So my center of gravity is about here. You can see when I do my jab, it moves a couple of inches, right? By the way, that's not a perfect jab, but get the idea. Too many things demonstrating once, right? So as I do my jab, that little step. On our twist jab, that center of gravity basically stays in the same spot, right? Stays still, right? So as I do that twist, I turn a little bit, but by keeping my center of gravity even and my feet underneath of me, it sets up the next kick. Because if I've committed my weight forward, picking up this foot to kick is basically impossible. I start falling over instantly, all right? So we're gonna do a few of those twist jabs, right? Let's just do 5 on each side. Ready, go 1, do them with me, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're gonna switch to the other side. I'm just gonna turn this way. Same basic idea, right? You can turn face towards me, it doesn't really matter. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to switch back. Now, let's continue talking about that first move. We're going to talk about that twist jab. We're going to talk about our hand, right? Now, we are clearly pretty close to this person, right? Because if we're throwing a jab, and we're not even stepping, they've got to be pretty close to us. So we've got to keep our hand pretty high, up by like our cheek, right? So as you do this, boom, nice and tight. The other thing I want you to be aware of is my shoulder is basically touching my jaw. It's kind of hard to see it, but you can kind of figure that out. So I'm protecting both sides of my face with my hand and with my shoulder, right? So I want you to try and get that squeeze where as you do your jab, right? This shoulder connects with my jawbone. This hand is up by my cheek, right? So let's just do it kind of slow. 1, get that connection, and come back. 2, get a little turn, come back. 3, little turn, come back. 4, 5. Okay, switch your legs, same idea. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so very small, very subtle. We're going to try and do it a little bit faster. Okay, now if you're ready to go really fast, go ahead. I'll be demonstrating a little bit faster, but not a lot faster. Ready? 1, 2, get that connection. 3, 4, 5, nice and tight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now, be aware that still when you're doing this, don't break your posture. Don't shift your weight a lot, right? So whatever you do as you're here, don't start getting into that habit of stepping and committing forward because we're setting up the next move. Right? So see my foot, just twist. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it underneath you. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now all we're going to do is make the transition into our very first kick, our lead leg front kick. Once you do the lead leg front kick, we're done with the combination, well, for today in terms of working on details. All right, so twist jab, front kick, put it down, right? What I want you all to be aware of, keep your foot underneath of you. So as I do this, here, I kick, put it back where it started. Don't do this kick where you fall out, right? Keep it under control. Boom, boom, underneath of you again. All right, don't shift your weight yet. Ready? And 1 here, kick again. 2, boom, boom. 3, 4. There's a thousand little details you could think about in the front kick. Go ahead and fill in the blank for yourself. I want you to make sure, though, keeping that body under control. Ready? Go. 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 Don't lose your balance. Go. Don't shift back too much or forward too much. Go. Go. Good. All right, switch legs. Now, little thing, I do sometimes see people do this. They're so careful not to fall forward, they start to fall back. They're like, okay, I don't want to fall forward. Right? You don't want that, right? That's a super bad one because not only is it bad to fall backwards, but if you're making contact, you're going to really fall backwards. Right? So let's try a few more. Ready? 1, jab, front kick, recover. 2, 3, 4, 5. So as I'm kicking, if you need to, you can crunch forward a little bit. Don't recoil back if you're losing balance. Sometimes people are like, to kick higher, I lean back, which is generally true, but not in this. Go. 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 And go. Okay, next combo. All right, our second combination, we're going to be working on the cross. Now on this one, our weight does shift forward, right? So on our jab, we stay really neutral as we do that twist, right? Shoulder turns, body turns, feet doesn't shift, our weight doesn't shift. But if I do my cross, yep, I move my weight mostly onto my front foot. All right, so here, boom. Again, you don't want to get too far over. That's not the thing, but you definitely commit some weight forward. Here we go. 1, twist, come back. 2, twist. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can see my weight shifting. Hopefully you can feel your weight shifting. 1, twist. You can see how much my torso turns. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we're going to talk about hands and shoulders. As we throw this cross with this hand, you'll see my shoulder basically lines up so you can't see my chin anymore. Neither can the person who's trying to punch me. Right? Not here, here. Little difference, big difference in outcome. Here my chin is exposed, here it's protected. As far as when I throw the cross, where's my other hand go? Here, right? So it can start out a little bit, comes together as I get into that punching range. Boom. Right? So shoulder high, hand high. Let's try and do a few of those. Ready? 1, weight is committed forward, shoulder high, hand high, but not too far forward, just a little bit. 2, 3, shoulder and hand. 4, I'm going to turn a little bit. 5, keep turning a little bit. 6, get different points of view. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And switch your legs. Same thing. Twist and punch. 1, shoulders up high. 2, shoulders up high. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By the way, you probably shouldn't be twisting like this. 9, 10. But I've got to for demonstration purposes. Okay. Let's do it with a little bit of speed. Now, one thing about this, we talked about the idea of keeping that shoulder close to your chin. As you go fast, be careful not to clock yourself with your own shoulder. I have seen that happen. You might say, Jeff, that would never happen to me. Just something to be careful of, right? So if you keep your head tight, you're okay. If you turn a little bit this way, oh, it feels bad, man. Right? Especially if you're talking to, or you're watching the video, someone starts talking to you about like taking out the garbage. Oh, feels bad. Feels bad. That's when it happens, by the way, in class. Someone talks to someone else, they're punching, they look a little bit, and they're like, oh, somebody hit me. I think it was my shoulder. Funny stories. Man, I wish I had that video. We could just put that up. We'd watch it together for like half hour. And 1, replay multiple angles. That'd be great. 2, 3, a little fast. 4, a little fast. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Weight is shifting forward a little bit. 10. All right. Other side. Ready? 1. Weight shifts forward. 2. With some speed. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now we're going to make that transition into the lead leg roundhouse kick. This is a tricky transition. All right, this is a tricky one. The good news is when you do a roundhouse kick, there isn't going to be a lot of pressure when you make contact, pushing you back. On a front kick, if I'm leaning backwards and I hit something, I knock myself over. But it doesn't happen that way with a roundhouse kick because I'm hitting this way. So I can lean my shoulder back even though my kick is coming this direction. It'll work, right? So as I'm here, my weight shifts forward. And then obviously to throw a kick, my weight's got to be on my back leg. So I have to shift off and roundhouse, right? Weights forward, weights back. Weights forward, weights back. And that's also going to set up for the side kick where I have to relaunch my weight forward. So it shifts 1, 2. And go ahead and land closed on this one. All right, so cross, roundhouse, land closed. If you're not sure what that means, I'll show you once facing you. Cross, roundhouse, land closed over here as compared to open over here. Right? We're just doing 10 of these. We're making sure that we can throw that cross, shift our weight, transition into the next kick. Ready? 1, closed. 2, closed. 3, shift your weight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I'll do the next ones facing the other side so you can see some of the movement this direction, but it's the same move, just the other side. Cross, round. I exaggerated my leaning forward a little bit there. That was probably not right. Cross, that's better. That's more like it. Again, cross, round. Cross, round. Cross, round. A few more. Cross, round. And if you're ready, you can kick higher, right? I'm kicking kind of a medium height. If you're ready to kick high, go for it. Boom, boom, land closed. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Okay, so those little details on these longer range combinations really make a difference, right? Because if you get that opening to be nice and clean, the rest of the combination can fit together nicely. But that little weight shift, man, it's important. If you don't shift your weight properly, you're going to find the next move in the combination is always a problem, right? It's fine for the move you're doing. It just messes up what's next. So, good job. Let's keep moving on to the next part of class. All right, this week as we continue talking about leadership, we're going to talk about showing the way, right? Which is an important part of leadership, is you got to take the time to show the other people who you're trying to lead how to do it. You can't expect them to be great at it in their first try. You weren't great at it in your first try, right? It took you a few turns to learn to know what to do. And it took you a bunch more turns to be able to actually do it, to go the right way. You have to expect the people you're showing it to are going to need that same amount of time. So you need to be really patient to be able to be a great leader, right? So when we talk about showing the way, what you're going to do is you're going to pick something that you feel pretty good about, right? Maybe it's one of your beginner blocks. Maybe it's one of your self-defense techniques. Something that's pretty easy. Don't try something that's really hard. It's really hard to teach something that you are not very good at. It's really hard to lead at something that you don't know what you're doing. So with that being said, I'm going to challenge you to find someone in your house, and I want you to show them how to do one of your moves. Now, when you go to show it to them, a couple things. 1, plan on showing it to them 3 times. Not 1 time, 3 times, right? Be like, hey, Mom, I want you to watch. This is how I do my job. And when you show them a couple different ways, right? So maybe face different directions, maybe different speed, right? So they can see what it's supposed to look like, and then see how you do it kind of slowly so they can see that, right? And when you show them a couple different times, then watch them. See how they do. And if they do a good job, let them know. Be like, wow, Mom, it's great that you're keeping your hands up. Dad, it's awesome that you're turning your shoulder. Whatever it is, okay? And if they're not doing something right, you don't say, wow, Mom, you're bad at that punch. Or, Dad, you have a terrible block. You tell them how to get better. You say something like, now, Mom, I want you to try and keep your hand up higher. Or, Dad, I want you to try and turn your shoulder more. Whatever it is. Now, that's a pretty tough challenge, right? And if you can do it now, go ahead and pause the video and ask anyone in your household to practice with you, right? Brother, sister, grandma, babysitter. Be like, hey, can I show you one move? Try and take a couple minutes. Like I said, you can pause the video, do it. If you don't want to do it now and you want to do it later, we'll keep moving on to the next part of class. All right, it's time for a little bit of self-defense practice. And we're not going to be focusing so much on like the normal self-defense that we have to do. For our advanced students, we're going to be working a little bit on some of our kind of like our ability to react in self-defense situation. Right? Now, one thing that many of you are aware of is a drill called survival self-defense. And that's when you stand there and people attack you and they don't know, and you don't really know what's coming. Like, are they gonna punch me? Are they gonna choke me? They're not telling me. It's almost like a real situation where someone might surprise me. And you have to just kind of figure it out and do self-defense that works. Now we're gonna be practicing that a little bit together today. And the things that I want you to remember about good creative self-defense is, one, the easiest answer is to give us the answer that we give you. So if we do a punch technique, and you want to do punch 1, punch 2, punch 3, great, that's an easy answer. You can do that as long as you can remember, right? If you want to do choke technique, when I say choke and you do choke 1, fine. You don't get into trouble for that, right? That means that you really know your technique. But if you can't remember exactly what I taught you, no big deal, right? You can make something up. Now, when you make something up, try to have some of the moves that we've taught you in it. Don't be like, well, since I just had to make it up, so I have the twisted potato salad punch in there, which is really awesome. You should look at it. It's weird, right? First of all, I don't like potato salad. Second of all, maybe not. Potato salad punch, it sounds weird. I don't know what that is all about, right? So you can make stuff up. Good guideline for an effective self-defense technique is that it should only take you like 3 to 4 seconds. It should have 3 or 4 strikes in it, right? And if it can have a couple more, maybe it can have 1 or 2 fewer, but definitely shouldn't take 100 moves. And if it only has 1, it's probably not a very good technique, okay? So what we're gonna do right now is, oh, and by the way, we're gonna be using a ball in a minute to make this even harder, but for now, just put that down. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna run through a few of the basic techniques that we might practice. And your challenge is to try and remember something, right? I'll give you an example of something that I might do, but you don't have to copy me, right? If you're like, I don't remember it at all, right? Maybe you copy me, right? But if you make something up, that's fine. So we're gonna start off choke technique. Start, go. Right? Maybe I'm doing this one. Jab, right, palm, palm, back, palm. And then I get a knee, take down. Okay, right? Let's do a wild punch technique. Go wild punch technique. Maybe I'm doing good old punch 1. That's fine. Okay, or a wrist grab, they're pulling you. We've been practicing that one a lot lately. They bear hug you from behind. What do? Punch, step behind, kick, right? What else could they do? A straight punch. A straight punch I could do like an Empe technique for the straight punch if I wanted to, right? Or I can make something up completely, and that's fine too, right? A double punch. Oh no, a double punch. 2 punches. What am I gonna do if they do 2 punches? I don't know, right? So those are a few ideas, but feel free to make up your own, right? So we're gonna kind of keep it to mostly those techniques for today, or those attacks for today. You can change the technique as much as you want. But for now, what I'd like you to do is get your ball, right? For me, I'm using a Yoda ball, right? It's got Yoda's face on it. He's a great teacher, look at him. He's kind of short though. Anyway, so what we're gonna be doing with this is we're just gonna be tossing it up in the air. And by tossing it up in the air, it demands some concentration to not drop it. And then I'll call the name of it an attack, right? Like I might say straight punch. And you gotta drop what you're doing, literally drop what you're doing, and do a straight punch technique. Okay? So this is pretty challenging, right? Especially for a purple belt. If you're a high belt, brown belt, so hopefully something you're pretty good at already. All right, so we start tossing. Right? And pull technique. Oh, what am I gonna do? Right? Think about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you finished in time. There's no necessarily right answer. There are wrong answers, right? Evict them. That's the wrong answer, right? But you can do almost anything, right? So good. Start tossing. Start tossing. Oh, I dropped it. That's why it's harder than just standing there waiting patiently. So you got to pay attention a little bit. Good. Punch technique. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and toss. And I know sometimes you might say, oh, I have to go pick up the thing. It rolled underneath the couch. Okay. If you missed the technique, no big deal. Choke technique. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Toss. We'll keep tossing. Straight punch technique. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And start tossing again. Now, if you're a higher belt, like I said, those brown belts in the room, black belts in the room, you don't need 5 seconds. So we're gonna start to make it a little harder, right? If you're struggling to keep up, that's okay. Try your best. Ready? Bear hug technique. 4, 3, 2, 1. Should be done. And go ahead, right? And this drill is pretty easy to practice at home, right? You don't need a partner to practice this because you're just doing it to the air, right? You could ask your brother, your sister to say, double punch! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you could set the level as however hard you want. You want to make it kind of easy, give yourself 5 seconds. You want to make it pretty hard, give yourself 3 seconds. All right, 3 seconds is actually pretty hard. Right? And straight punch. 4, 3, 2, 1. And pick up the ball and start tossing it again. Don't drop it. It's embarrassing. Good. Not really. Good. Straight punch. 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you're able to finish. If you didn't, that's okay. Go back, tossing a little bit. All right. And this is, like I said, an easy drill to challenge yourself with if you're having a hard time working on your survival self-defense, in particular if you're a brown belt who needs to do that in order to get stripes. Choke! 3, 2, 1. It's pretty fast. Finish in 3, 2, 1. Go back to tossing. We're almost out of time. We've got about 2 more techniques we're going to do. Keep tossing. Keep tossing. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Whatever you do, don't drop it. Bear hug. 3, 2, 1. Hopefully finished. Toss again. Last technique coming up. Hope it's a good one. Hope it's fast. Have some fun with it. Maybe a little irreverent. I don't even know what that word means. Actually, I kind of do, but it's okay. And double punch. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, so if that's something that's kind of hard for you, if you're a purple belt, don't worry about it. You're a high belt, you're a brown belt, and you're struggling with that a little bit, it's a good game to practice at home. Ask your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad to do exactly what we just did, and you will get better and better at your kind of ability to react to self-defense. You can mix it up. Instead of throwing this up in the air, you could bounce a tennis ball off the floor, all sorts of things. But with all that being said, let's get moving on to the next part of class. So we're going to do some of the kicks that we're doing for our brown belts this month to make sure that they're strong enough to get prepared for their black belt. We're going to do kind of a modified version of that today. What we're going to do is we're going to do 90 seconds of 2 different kicks on 2 different legs, and then we're going to do 25 push-ups, right? It's pretty simple. It should take, I don't know, like 7 or 8 minutes once we actually get going on it. The 2 kicks we're going to do are going to be axe kick and hop step front kick. Now, if you're using a target to practice it with at home, you have a Wave Master, you have a heavy bag, whatever it is, I strongly recommend against doing an axe kick to a target like this. You will hurt your leg in a hurry, right? So I do my axe kick, I'm just going to be kicking the air. Bring it up, bring it down. Make sure you recover back. If you're doing your hop step front kick, hitting a target's great. On my hop step front kick, I can step in, kick, and recover back, kick, recover back. And you can try a couple different focuses. You could try kicking harder, you can try kicking faster. Both have value. Just go in with the plan to do one or the other. When you're doing your kick, though, make sure you have your toes up as you make contact on your front kick. Right? I like to think about having like that Barbie foot, where your foot is pointed but your toes are flexed when you do a front kick to a vertical target, whether it be a Wave Master or a human or a body shield or whatever. Okay? So we're going to be doing 1.5 minutes of each of those 4. And then, like I said, we'll do 25 push-ups. We'll be good to go. Let's get started. All right, we're going to get started with the axe kick. I don't really care which leg you do first, as long as you switch after 1.5 minutes. Get in your fighting stance. Ready, set, go. Come up and come down. Now, one of the things I would encourage you to do is try and kick at the right height for your belt level. So if you're in the beginner bracket, right, you're trying this video out, you probably want to be kicking about this high. Right? Now you can kick higher, but this is kind of like beginnerish height, right? Or if you're in the more intermediate belts, you're kicking about here, chest height. That's a good height for you. Or if you're kicking really high, climbing up, that's good for our high belts. But pick the right one for you and listen to your body, right? If it's bothering your hamstring, maybe kick a little bit lower and know that you got to work on your stretching. Right? Don't overdo it and then end up injuring yourself. Other thing I want to make sure you're doing is relaxing. So you see my hands, they move a little bit side to side for sure. If I turn sideways, you'll see they move forward and back. But they don't move up and down a lot, right? If you're pulling down as you kick, doing this thing, that ain't what we're doing. Try and stay relaxed as you kick. One of the things we want to see that you can do is do a lot of kicks that stay loose in your shoulders. All right, that's a minute and a half. Take a deep breath. Switch your legs. Same thing. Ready? And go. Up and down. Up and down. Again, pick the right height. Maybe you're kind of new to this. Maybe you're not so flexible. Haven't been kicking for decades. You need to kick down here. Okay. Maybe you've been kicking a little while. A little bit more flexible. You're gonna kick a little higher. That's good too. Maybe you're kicking really high. Right? Careful you don't kick yourself in the face. I've seen that happen. It's hilarious, but it's bad. Now, when you kick, you gotta breathe. Right? Whenever we do high volume kicking, gotta figure out how to breathe. And for that, it's a little tricky on an axe kick. There's two different times you might want to breathe. When you actually kick down strong. Or when you breathe up. Or, sorry, as you bring your leg up. Both have value. As long as you breathe at least once. A good strong exhale. You will force yourself to keep oxygen in your body, keep yourself from getting hurt, help you to relax. Man, we're almost out of time. We are out of time. Okay, let's switch it up. Hop, step, front kick. All right, hop, step, front kick. I'm gonna be hitting a bag. If you wanna hit a thing, great. Don't kick your family, it's considered rude. Ready, set, go. Now, for this one, some things you should think about. Stay relaxed. Just like any of our high volume kicks, right? You think about kicking with power, that's fine. Think about speed, that's okay too. The important thing is to have a goal. If you're new to this, I'll give you a couple goals. You've done this for a while, figure out your own. First thing, don't cross your feet. They come together and kick. Together, kick, together, back. Second, if you're hitting something, keep your toes up, man or woman. I don't want to see you break your toe. Right? And then again, if you got those two things where you're not going to hurt yourself, relax and breathe. Give you another detail when you switch to the other side. Keep going. Time's almost up. Finish strong. A few more seconds. All right. We're gonna switch legs. Gotta move this. All right. Second leg, hop, step, front kick. Let's get to it. Ready, and go. Now, one thing that I want you to work on is when you do this, don't turn your body very much. You can see this shoulder stays forward as I kick. Don't twist and kick. First of all, it's a different range. Second of all, it's not as sneaky. And this kick is not a power kick. You should have some power on it. Don't tickle someone with it. But it's not your most powerful kick because you're not twisting to generate power. You're snapping your leg out. So it's fast. It's got good range. It's sneaky. It's got a lot of good things going for it, but it doesn't have a lot of power. That's okay. Make sure you breathe. All right, enough showing my foot on the bag. Now, one thing I have to do is I gotta look at you because it's easier to talk to the camera. But you probably don't need to look at me. Look at what you're doing with your kick. It'll make you better. You can see, oh, my toe's up. You can see that. My toe's down. You don't want to see that. All right, so made it through 6 minutes of kicks. Time for some push-ups. All right, for these 25 push-ups, you got to figure out the right challenge for yourself. You got a bunch of different ways. I'm going to do a few different levels that you might want to do if you're looking for ideas. Knees, straight legs, claps, but we're doing 25. Pick the right style for you. Ready, go. That's 10 for me. Now, if you're having a hard time, if you only do 10 with your legs straight, do 10 with your legs bent. It's a good way to challenge yourself and modify. The important thing, full range of motion. It's much more important than doing it the hardest way possible. But if you want to try something harder, we can clap a few. Staying at the bottom's fun. All right. Whew. That's a good challenge, right? So pick the right push-up for you. Great job. Let's keep moving on to the next part of class. Okay, today, folks, for our final challenge, we're going to be working on hooks and crosses, and a little bouncy ball challenge, right? So this is always a challenge of speed if you've ever done one of these bouncy ball challenges before. And basically the way it works is this. You set yourself up in a fighting stance. You're going to hold the ball in your backhand, the one that you're going to end up doing the uppercut with, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to drop it. Once you drop it, you're going to do your hook, your uppercut, and then you're going to get the ball, okay? Now, the objective here is to get the ball in 2 bounces or fewer, right? 1 or 2 bounces is good. More than that, not good, okay? Now, if you're at home and your ball's not that bouncy, you might want to hold it a little bit higher, okay? Or if you have a really squishy floor, some of you have mats at home. If you're practicing on a mat, the ball does not bounce very well at all. But I'll be holding it about here, right? And like I said, we drop, hook, uppercut, and get it, okay? And remember, can only bounce 1 or 2 times to be done properly, right? So what we're going to be doing is this is about a 2-minute challenge, and what you want to be able to do is do your hook uppercut, get the ball in 1 or 2 bounces 5 times on each side. So that's a total of 10, right? You have 2 minutes. We're getting ourselves set up, ready, set, and go. Hook uppercut. Good, I got it. Ready and drop. Hook uppercut. Got it. Now, things that you're looking for on this is that you're looking for good form on your punches. Hook, uppercut. Oh, that one I didn't get because I was talking too much and going slow, right? You want to make sure you still have that tight hook, wind up, follow through that we talked about. Hook, uppercut, and get it. That one I got. Ready? And hook, uppercut, and get it, right? Again, hook, uppercut, and get it. More practice makes us more better. I've lost count how many I've done. I think I've gotten 4. Hook, uppercut, get it. Okay, now I'm going to switch to my other side. If you're ahead of me, great. You're doing 5 on each side. If you're not ahead of me, you're falling behind, that's okay too, right? Do what's right for you. We got 2 minutes. Well, we got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Ready? Drop, hook, uppercut, Get it? That one's good for me because it's 2 bounces. By the way, if you want to make this really hard, do it in 1 bounce. Now it's hard. Ready? Hook, uppercut. Get it? That's 2 on this side. Again, hook, uppercut. Got it. And hook, uppercut. Got it. The other thing you can do to make it hard, do 4 punches, do 3 punches. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit. Ready? Hook, uppercut. Got it. All right. I think I'm done. If not, well, that's okay. I'm going to keep going anyway. Hook, uppercut. Got it. Okay. I can do a couple harder ones maybe. Challenge myself to do 3 punches. Hook, uppercut, hook. And hook, uppercut, hook. That's harder. All right, we got about 20 seconds left. Hook, uppercut, hook. Oh, got it. Hook, uppercut, hook. I don't like that hook. That was kind of sloppy. I wouldn't count that for myself. Ready? Hook, uppercut, hook. There you go. I feel good about that one. We got 5 seconds left. Hook, uppercut, hook. All right. So hopefully you made it. If you didn't, like I said, you can always pause this and go back to it and practice, practice, practice. All right, everybody. Great job today. Looking forward to seeing you in class soon. Bye-bye.